It's the Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. There's Dave Cackley after a borderline loss of life weekend for me. Thinking I might have had shingles underneath
Uh-huh.
my eye. Well,
Oh, no.
we
Oh,
can't turn
no,
this
not the
into
shingles.
Dave and Old One Eye as far as the far as the show goes. So I really thought I
Uh,
had shingles under my eye.
but it was just a sty?
It's like a big
That's what
sty
it was?
underneath there. And
That's
um
gotta be just a pain in the
it
ass.
sucks. Yeah, it's
Pain in the yeah.
yeah. So anyway, better safe than sorry. I guess if you get shingles in your eye, it can really be a bad thing. And
Mhm.
this was one of those
Well, I would
deals.
imagine, yeah.
This was one of those deals where I'm like, my eye doesn't feel right. I think I might have. Is this shingles coming on again? And then like every 20 minutes, what do you think you're gonna do about these shingles? Are you gonna go see a doctor? Are you gonna do this? And it's like after a while, it's like, all right, I'll go get it checked out. So. And
Have
I
you
don't.
had shingles before?
Don't you remember my face like
Oh
less
my
than
god.
half a
I
year
you know
ago when
what?
it was all broken out?
I completely yeah.
Oh,
Oh my god. I didn't realize I totally forgot about
dude,
that.
why do you think I was freaked out? I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like if it was my first go around with shingles, I'd be all panicked. But I've had them before,
Mhm.
and it's like, oh, are we doing this again?
How long did that take to clear up? I don't even remember, like, because I'd
2 or 3
completely
weeks.
blotted that from my memory. Okay.
Yeah, it sucked. It sucked. No fun. However, excuse me,
You all
there
right?
was a highlight to yesterday.
Mhm.
And I'm going to address that now. Around the corner here, we've got Jack's gas station, which is easily
Yes.
the best gas station, hands down, anywhere on earth.
I've been, yeah, the few times I've been invited up to your palatial estates, I have swung by there, and
Well,
yeah,
it's not a.
I'd say it's a good.
I try to invite. You've got this whole "I'm better than that" mentality about you. You're
What are you
like,
talking about?
well, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm better than lakefront property? No.
Well, I'm just saying, you choose Lake McCosta, which there's a lot more higher end people up that way. You pick
Oh, yeah,
Duncan
right.
Lake, which I
Uh-huh.
know is filled with goose shit and ear problems. But whatever, whatever. So when I do throw the invite
Uh-huh.
out, you've always got something else going on. So
That's
whatever.
not true.
Mm.
Well, I can't remember. First of all, I don't remember the last time you threw the invite out.
Well,
But
you
that's
didn't
okay.
remember when I had
Again,
shingles
you
either.
know,
So
yeah, that's okay. That's fair enough.
a lot
Fair
of dead
enough.
brain cells there.
All
We're
right.
all good. But
Yeah.
back to the gas station. They've got remarkable things in there. We've talked
Hmm.
about mystery cheese in the past, which everybody loves.
Yes.
We've talked about some of their fine meat products. You can always get something good for the
Hmm.
grill. Their bakery is
Hmm.
is by far and away outstanding. I don't know what time the girls get in there, but they made these little pecan pies that are about the size of maybe a good sized silver dollar. 99
Okay.
cents. It's perfect in taste. It's perfect in size. It's perfect for the
Hmm.
price. It is $1 perfectly spent to get a pecan pie.
Okay.
I
I'm,
think
I'm
you
not
should.
big into pecans or pecans, however you want to
Well,
say
it's
them.
pecans.
But okay.
But
I'm
you
not a
should
big.
drive up
I'm
here.
just not a big pie
Here's what
guy.
you should do. You should drive up here. You should stop and get yourself a pecan pie. You should come on over and enjoy the pecan pie. Get me two.
Okay. So, well, first of all, I don't eat pecan pie because I don't like pecans.
Well,
So, and I'm
have you
not a
ever
big.
eaten
And
pecan
again,
pie?
I don't like. I haven't had pecan pie because I don't like pecans, so I don't know I like them in
How do
pie
you know you
form,
don't
and I
like
don't really like
pecans?
pie. I don't like the texture of most pies, unless it's like a chocolate pie or
Well,
something. Then,
this is different than most pies. This has got pecans in it compared to like a
yeah.
fruit jelly or
But
something like
again,
that.
I told you I don't like pecans.
When's
So
the last time
again,
you had a
I don't know.
pecan?
I would. Oh, it's been a while, but I don't. If I dislike something, I don't eventually like it. If I dislike it, I pretty much, when it comes to food anyway,
Right.
with the lone exception being scrambled eggs throughout the entire course of my life. The
I
only food I've ever acquired a taste for is scrambled eggs. The only food that I like that I now dislike is potato salad. I loved potato salad when I was in like elementary school, and then I hated it by the time I hit middle school, and that was
well,
it.
I think you should go out of your comfort zone. I think you should expand your
Mm,
horizons. I think you should take a drive.
no,
Get yourself a pecan pie. Come to agreement with me where you'll see. Telling me you don't eat pecan sandies or
no,
the cookies?
I don't like. No, and they're over there again. If I'm gonna eat a cookie, if I'm gonna waste my sugar, I like to limit my sugar anyway. But if I'm gonna have sugar, I want it to be chocolatey goodness or cinnamon, or give me a good glazed donut or
Yeah.
something like that.
All right.
Something that I can really just go, something where I can feel the diabetes, coming on. That's what I
Well,
want.
I'm telling you right now, if you tried the pecan pie, you would
Yeah.
you'd go apey.
And I'm pro getting out of your comfort zone for
No,
certain
you're not.
things, but I am. I think
No.
that's a good thing we should all try and do. And I do that. I mean, I do a lot of the things I don't like doing that just because they're good for me and I feel better after I do them. Um, but I actually thought about this yesterday as I was watching old episodes of Taxi on Amazon Prime. I just did a little Taxi marathon because I love that show, and I started thinking, am I at times I don't feel like I'm truly living. I feel like I'm just kind of there.
Yeah.
And that's at times, not
Yeah.
because I'm usually pretty busy. I realize this, like, I'm good when I'm busy and I have things that I got to get done. And like today is a really, today, tomorrow, Thursday, really busy days. My
Really
Mondays and my
busy.
Fridays aren't as busy typically. Um, my Mondays, I'm just usually I'm like I got once I'm done here, I got like nothing to do,
Nothing.
and I find myself kind of wandering around aimlessly, and I feel like, oh, maybe I should go here, I should, and then I just don't do it.
Well,
So I don't know. Like I need
if you were to give
if I
yourself the
don't have
time,
structure, I don't know.
if you were to give yourself the time to enjoy a little pecan pie, you could think it over.
I'm not gonna do the pecan pie.
Okay,
No,
well then you're out.
I may
Whatever.
take a trek up there at some point, but I'm not gonna do it and get a pecan pie because I don't like pecans. We've been over this now for about 12 minutes that I
I'm just
don't
saying you
like
could do better.
pecan. We can all do better. I don't know what that has to do
Oh,
with
they have
anything.
Axe body wash on closeout too.
Okay, I don't like it. First of all, I'm not a freshman in high school, and I'm not in a so I don't use Axe body spray. I do use this Nautica body spray that is lovely, along with my lotions.
Hello,
So there's
1988.
that.
Perfect.
What?
Uh,
What
Nautica.
I said Nautica. I didn't say I wasn't. It wasn't polo.
Then I put on my Gerbeau jeans. You gonna do news today? I gotta go buy
Yeah,
some more
let's do it.
pecan pie. Hurry up.
Okay. Hollywood writers have reached a tentative deal that is expected to end the nearly 5 month long strike. While details are unclear, the writers' union has called the new contract, quote, exceptional, promising new gains for writers in every sector of the membership. Of course, the Screen Actors Guild still in a work stoppage. We'll see if negotiations there ramp up. And good for the writers.
Yep.
Again, they had to get a deal done, and they got it done. You didn't, from their perspective, you didn't want this to drag on. I don't know what they got because again, there really aren't a whole lot of details, but I'm glad it's over for them,
Yep.
and they can start
Mosey on and
cashing some checks.
keep working.
There you go. Moving on, the Native American Guardians Association now is suing the NFL's Washington Commanders. This comes after the team allegedly made defamatory comments about the group following a petition that was initiated to have the Redskins name reinstated. The Native American Guardians are seeking $1.6 million in damages. Evidently, a spokesperson for the Commanders, said that the organization was fake, which they're not. They're an advocacy group that just doesn't want, they don't want Native Americans to the history to be kind of swept under the rug under the
Right.
guise of hey, and again, 9 out of 10 Native Americans had no issue with the term Redskin. The logo, which and I always hated the Redskins. I'm a Cowboy fan, so but I always thought the logo was super cool, and that's because it was an actual warrior. The guy was Chief Whitecalf
Okay.
was on the helmet, and it was a symbol of pride, and that's what this organization is doing. This is where white people always screw stuff up. It's like you again, we'll be offended for you if you are not offended.
Right.
So I would. They're not going to change the name back. That's not
I
going to happen. But
I
I do hope they get the 1.6 million they're looking for, because again, you can't call a group fake that's not fake. So
I look at them. I look at it like this. I mean, certain things just don't play anymore. Um, and I've no dog in the hunt between this particular fight. I wasn't offended by Redskins. I wasn't offended by Cleveland Indians. Uh,
nobody was.
dude, I get it, right? But I'm not everybody.
Nobody was.
I'm not everybody. If somebody's upset by that,
If somebody is, then we should get rid of it.
I,
That's ridiculous.
I, it,
On its face, it's
well, that's
ridiculous.
politics. If somebody's offended
Yeah, of
by it,
course.
and they can get enough people behind them, momentum wise, that are equally offended by it, that they can make
But they're
change.
not.
Mm.
Now, here's the thing, and let's take a look at the difference between, like, say, the Indians and the Redskins. Okay. Now, the issue I don't really think was even the name Indians with the Cleveland Indians, although
It was Chief Wahoo.
people say it is. It was the Chief Wahoo that, and even as a kid, I was thinking there's a big difference between that logo and the Redskins logo, where one's a symbol of obvious pride and the other is like a cartoonish, I wouldn't even say borderline racist caricature. It looked blatantly racist when it came to the Cleveland Indians. So again, people, like, everybody wants to group everything in this or everything in that, and
That's
again, also
politics, man.
let's listen to what the group itself was saying. The Native Americans
Yeah,
not only didn't have an issue with it, the term Redskin was something, and I learned this from a former sports writer named Rick Riley, who was, I think he's still a sports writer, but I believe it was his father-in-law, because he was against the term. He, as a white guy, was against the term Redskin, thought it was offensive. And then his father-in-law educated him. His father-in-law, who I believe was Native American, said that was a term that was used on Redskin, was a term they would use on reservations amongst each other. What's up, Redskin? That's what they would say. And he became educated. The problem is most people aren't educated on this.
well,
They just want to go with the flow, go with the outrage climate, and this
I'm
is how
just
we
saying
get
that,
dumb things like this.
dude, it's politics. And if you can get people on your
Yes,
bandwagon to
right.
push your issue, that's all it boils down to.
And this is why I like it when groups like this push back. And
There you
this is
go.
what we need. This is what makes our society is as much conflict as we have. In a lot of ways, it's a good kind of conflict, because we got a 50-50 kind of split here. So nobody gets too much power one way or the other, and you get enough pushback. That's what keeps things from just going off the reservation, so to speak, in one direction or the other. And
Okay.
I think that's a net positive. Finally, the construction of a battery plant in Southwest Michigan is being put on hold. The Ford Motor Company has suspended construction of the $3.5 billion project in Marshall. The automaker announced plans last February to build the electric battery plant with hefty support from the state. Now, that suspension, of course, comes in the midst of the UAW strike, which began on September 15th. Hopefully that gets ended before too long, but
Chess
I don't know.
move. It's a chess move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. I mean, this is what they're
It's
this is
not
what
like it's not
everybody's
going
this
to
is what they're
happen.
playing.
I mean, it's just,
Yeah, it eventually will. You're right.
I know.
It will, but for now, it is on hold. Sports doubleheader Monday Night Football. It was the Eagles over Tampa Bay, 25-11. Cincinnati over the Rams, 19-16. The Lions getting ready to face the Packers Thursday Night Football. Of course, I
Ooh,
told you, if you remember last week,
I
I
remember.
said all the money that you lost in the stock market last week,
Yep.
put it on Detroit to cover that minuscule 3-point spread.
They did
They,
it.
of course, bounced the Falcons by 2 touchdowns. This is the first time now they're actually favored at the 2-1 Packers on Thursday night by a point.
Ooh.
Take it. Take it. They're going to beat Green Bay. I'm telling you, Green Bay is a fraud. They are a fraudulent 2-1 football team. That doesn't mean they're bad. They're just not. They're mediocre. The Lions are actually good. That doesn't mean the Packers can't win. The smart money, though, is on your Detroit Lions. And again, 1-point favorite in Green Bay. That almost never happens. First time
Well, I'll
since
tell you what, quite honestly,
so.
I'm looking
There
at a
you
couple
go.
of boats down in Grand Haven that are in the ballpark of $800,000. And
There
I
you
think
go.
I'm going to maybe remortgage the house and put them on the Lions, and we'll get a boat.
Why, dude, there have been worse financial decisions made.
Okay.
I know I've made worse financial decisions in my life. So
Let's go with
I've
that.
made worse personal choices, worse professional choices, you name it. I've made worse decisions.
So Friday, we're either roommates or I'm in a new boat. That'll be great.
There
wait.
you go.
All right, Jeopardy. Museum Podge.
Museum Podge? Podge.
Kind of like hodgepodge, but it's museum
Okay.
podge.
Okay.
I know I have to explain the big ones to you because they're difficult.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I
This
only know,
Chicago
like, 3
Museum of
museums,
Natural History bought Sue, the largest and most complete T-Rex skeleton, for over $8 million in 1997.
Is it the Guggenheim? Or is it the Museum of, I don't know.
Wow.
I'm going to, what is it?
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
I don't know. Look, I don't know that much about museums.
Wow, wow, wowie, wow, wow.
Okay, what's the answer?
The Field Museum.
The Field. Oh, like you knew that.
Who doesn't know that?
It's common knowledge. That's common knowledge. It's a Field Museum. Nobody knows.
What are you going to think of if you think of Mesquite?
Nobody.
Listen, dude, seriously, Chicago. Science and Industry, Shed Aquarium, Field Museum. What more do you need to know?
Okay. Museum of Science and Industry is more people know that. Nobody knows the Fields Museum. No, people who know museums don't know that. Stop.
Hold on. 48 plus. Oops. Well, I can't do math, but whatever 48,800 is plus 600 in the hole, that's you.
48,800?
Yeah.
Plus
600.
Plus 48,800 plus 600 is 49,400.
Okay, thank you. I'll write that down.
There you go. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you, Dave. I'm going to go buy a 99-cent pecan pie. Have yourself a great Tuesday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
See ya!
Welcome back, everyone. Rain showers will move into the area today, so let's take a look at your forecast, brought to you by Trinity Health. Your Tuesday weather headlines show showers and storms will likely move in, especially during the afternoon after 3 p.m. or so. We will unfortunately stay cloudy right into Thursday before we turn to warmer weather, and also a nice sunny stretch going into the weekend, thankfully. So the future radar by 5 p.m. shows at least widespread showers and storms across West Michigan. None of these are expected to be severe, but what's interesting is they will be moving from the east to the west, so they'll be moving backwards. So if you happen to look at the radar and there's storms near Grand Rapids, they'll probably move into Muskegon during the afternoon. We're not expecting a whole lot of rain out of this. We'll probably see a quarter to maybe half an inch of rain, at least across the western third of West Michigan, so closer to the lakeshore. Temperature-wise today, due to the clouds and showers moving in, they'll likely stay in the lower 70s, so about where we should be this time of year, even though it will be raining during the afternoon at times. So for your Tuesday, expect a high of 72 with afternoon showers and maybe a few storms. We're not expecting severe weather though, and most of it will just be plain rain. And then overnight, we'll have a low of 60 with showers and storms continuing, especially during the evening hours and then later during the night. And unfortunately, the rain will continue into Wednesday as well, but it'll be fairly scattered, so we're not expecting a washout on Wednesday. Then by Wednesday night, we'll start to clear out. We'll turn mostly cloudy on Thursday, but staying dry. We'll stay dry right through the weekend with increasing temperatures and also sunny skies by Saturday. And that's your Tuesday forecast brought to you by Trinity Health on the Muskegon channel. And I'm Colin Woods Weather, and enjoy your day today.